John Adams, the second President of the United States, is one of the most important figures in the American Revolution and the early years of the United States. As a founding father, his life and legacy were shaped by his commitment to independence, justice, and the creation of a government that would endure for generations. Below is an overview of his life, contributions, and impact on American history. Early life and education. John Adams was born on October 30, 1735, in Braintree, Massachusetts, to a modest family. His father, John Adams Sr., was a farmer and shoemaker, and his mother, Susanna Boylston Adams, came from a family of doctors. Growing up in New England, Adams was shaped by the strict Puritan values that dominated the region. He attended Harvard College, where he graduated in 1755. His early ambition was to become a minister, but he soon shifted his focus to law, becoming a lawyer in 1758. While practicing law, Adams built a reputation for his integrity and commitment to fairness. His legal career provided him with a platform to become involved in political matters. He quickly became a strong advocate for the rights of the colonies and was drawn into the growing debate over British rule. Involvement in the American Revolution. As tensions between the American colonies and Great Britain escalated, Adams became a leading voice in the movement toward independence. In 1770, he defended British soldiers involved in the Boston Massacre, ensuring they received a fair trial. This action, though controversial, demonstrated Adams' commitment to the principles of justice and the rule of law, even when they conflicted with popular opinion. In 1774, Adams was chosen as a delegate to the Continental Congress, a body formed to respond to the British government's increasingly oppressive policies. He quickly became a vocal proponent of American independence. He argued passionately for the colonies to sever ties with Britain and to form a new, independent nation. By 1776, the Continental Congress was ready to declare independence, and Adams played a central role in this historic decision. He was one of the key members of the Committee of Five, which was tasked with drafting the Declaration of Independence. Although Thomas Jefferson is often credited with writing the document, Adams was a driving force behind its creation and strongly influenced its contents. The War for Independence. Adams' contributions to the American Revolution did not stop at the Declaration of Independence. He served as a diplomat in Europe during the war, securing critical support from France and the Netherlands, which was vital to the success of the American cause. His diplomatic work culminated in his participation in the negotiations that led to the Treaty of Paris in 1783, which officially ended the war and recognized American independence. Vice Presidency under George Washington. After the Revolution, Adams played an important role in the establishment of the new nation. In 1789, he was elected as the first Vice President of the United States under President George Washington. In this role, Adams found himself frequently at odds with Washington, particularly over foreign policy issues. However, he worked diligently to support Washington's administration and ensure the success of the new government. Adams had a complex relationship with Washington. He respected Washington deeply but often disagreed with his policies. Washington was generally cautious and pragmatic in foreign affairs, while Adams was more willing to confront threats head-on. Despite their differences, Adams supported Washington's leadership and helped to solidify the presidency as an institution. The presidency of John Adams. In 1796, Adams was elected as the second president of the United States. His presidency was marked by significant challenges, particularly in foreign affairs. The French Revolution had created turmoil in Europe, and tensions between the United States and France escalated. The so-called XYZ affair in 1797 led to an undeclared naval war between the two nations, known as the Quasi-War. Adams, who had always believed in avoiding unnecessary wars, resisted calls from his party for full-scale war with France. This decision was controversial, as many Federalists, who supported Adams, wanted to go to war. However, Adams believed that diplomacy could resolve the conflict, and in 1800 he successfully negotiated peace with France. His reluctance to engage in war ultimately cost him politically, as many of his supporters felt he had not been aggressive enough. Adams' presidency also saw the passage of the Alien and Sedition Acts in 1798, which were designed to suppress dissent and prevent foreign influence. These laws were highly controversial, as they were seen as an infringement on free speech and civil liberties. The acts led to widespread criticism, especially from the Democratic Republicans, led by Thomas Jefferson and James Madison. Later years and legacy. In 1800, Adams lost his re-election bid to Thomas Jefferson, marking the first peaceful transfer of power between political parties in American history. After leaving the presidency, Adams retired to his farm in Quincy, Massachusetts, where he remained active in political affairs through correspondence with key figures of the time, including his former rival, Thomas Jefferson. Adams' later years were marked by a reconciliation with Jefferson. The two men, who had once been bitter political opponents, exchanged letters for years, discussing philosophy, politics, and the future of the United States. This correspondence is now considered one of the most important historical exchanges in American history. John Adams died on July 4, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. His death, coinciding with Jefferson's, is often seen as a symbol of his deep connection to the founding of the nation. Adams left behind a rich legacy as a leader who shaped the early republic and helped guide the United States through its formative years.